Kurt, way to get into it this morning. Happy Monday.
That's as into it as I'm going to get it. No. For those not viewing, I almost did a whole jumping jack as part of that intro. A whole half jumping jack.
You would have gotten up. Oh, half jumping jack. Yeah, you did a half jumping jack.
It is CURT Jen. This is our podcast. Thank you, as always, for listening and viewing. If you would like, if you would follow, if you would support, if you would subscribe, everything except for send money. We will continue to do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
I mean, if you wanted to offer us money, we wouldn't hate it. But we don't. This is a free morning show. It's your favorite morning show on demand. That's what I'm calling it now.
That's true. Who are we to turn down somebody's kind offering of, say, a couple $1,000s? Yeah. All right. Yes. Not a whole lot to say about this. That today is National Milk Chocolate Day.
Barf. I used to love milk chocolate and hate dark chocolate, and I've totally switched. Like, I really don't like milk chocolate.
It's well, I'm okay. Is it like your lesser preference, or you actually don't like it?
I really don't like it anymore. I really like dark chocolate.
All right, I believe you. I mean, I had to leave my wife when she said she didn't want to use the new bidet toilet because it feels like it's slanting downwards.
Oh, the toilet that. Wait a second.
We put on the bidet seat on the toilet, right? And
but it's a regular toilet. Like, the toilet is still the toilet that you had, right?
Right. But the seat itself has, it has some guts in it so that it can spray your butt, right?
Yeah.
There's some mechanics in there or whatever. And so the back of the seat is a little bit raised up for the front. So she's like, I'm sitting at a slant. I'm going to slide off. I don't like it.
The show shall be called The One That Sprays Your Butt.
Okay. All right. And it will also feature things like the importance of inside jokes. We've got that, along with why men need to lower their standards on dating apps.
Ooh, how to describe marriage in 5 words or less. We have your answers to our question of the day that we asked on Friday. And then non-American things the world highly recommends to Americans. That's an interesting list.
Yes, if you never travel outside the country, you don't learn about these things, and it's actually a good reflection on ourselves when you hear what other countries have to say about us. Not current day, in the past.
And how much do you spend on online each day, Kurt Cruz?
Are you specifically asking me that?
I'll ask you later.
Okay, all right.
What'd you do this weekend?
Well, we did a lot, actually. Most of it was just stuff around the house, and Dana and her a never-ending quest to get our backyard looking nice. I'm not talking about, the water features and stuff. I'm talking about the actual grass, which has never been good. When I bought this house, new construction, right? So the grass, the topsoil or whatever that they use, not the greatest. Lots of rocks, lots of, I'm sure it was the cheapest option they had. So anyway, never had decent grass in the back. I should say we have several flavors of grass all in one yard. So we worked a lot on seeding the yard and watering the yard, which I know not very exciting at all. But then we decided we would treat ourselves to a night at Tulalip Casino.
Oh, thanks for calling your friend Jen to see if we wanted to join you.
Well, here's the thing. As it turns out, sat down at the first table, the first slot machine that Dana picked, and I'm not going to share with what it was called because frankly I forgot. Put in there, as I often do on my first spin. It's like, oh, let's do a max bid, $6. I hit it, psh, nothing. Hit the button second time, psh, it hits for the bonus. I ended up getting $1,200.
Shut up!
Oh, that's what I had at that time.
Did you get more than that?
No.
Did you walk home with $1,200?
No.
You spent it?
No, I walked home with $600.
Oh, holy crap!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. I usually don't know when to fold them.
I mean, sometimes Pat has that problem too.
Yeah. So anyway, it was a nice night at the casino. They've got the whole new area opened up now, a whole massive addition. Yeah.
They do?
I'm sorry, not all of it. Some of it is open, some of it's still under construction, but yeah, it's a lot more space. And this is not a plug for Tulalip Casino, but according to Jen, if you go there, you will win $1,200.
I did not say that. I did not say that.
Other than that, we just trimmed some trees around the house, and it was a pretty low-key weekend.
I had a great weekend. Like, it's just one of those weekends. It's like, oh, this is good. Like, I am so grateful for my weekend. I
And let me hear about it.
I got to go to the Morgan Wallen concert on Friday, and I experienced something for the very first time. And Kurt, you and I both have been to a lot of concerts because we were in the radio business, right? So
Right.
with that comes, you get to go to concerts. Um, I got to go to the Morgan Wallen concert, which I wanted to see so badly, as you know, I talked about that on Friday.
Right.
What I had never done at a concert is gone in the pit, and that's what our tickets were good for, which was great, right? I'm a one and done for that.
How many bruises do you have?
I don't have any bruises. I don't even know what I should say about it. I mean, there are so many shenanigans going on in the pit.
Right.
Like, and someone tried to pick a fight with me, Kurt, in the pit.
What did you do?
This gal, like, we were one, it was like, you know how there's the rail, before the stage, and then there was a one row of people there, and then Jackie, my roommate, and I were behind them.
Right. This is a Climate Pledge Arena.
No, this isn't Lumen Field.
Oh, it was a Lumen Field. Okay.
It was a mega stage.
All right.
This guy, there was people like dropping, like someone threw food on someone. People were spilling beer and alcohol everywhere, and dropping their cups instead of throwing them in the garbage. And so some gal like kicked a cup, like a bunch of cups right at me. So I like scooted them away, right? I just like put my foot and like scooted it away.
Uh-oh.
And then she got all pissed, like, why are you kicking that cup at me, huh? Why are you kicking that cup at me? Like, all up in my face, and was like, we all have our own space here, we all have our right to our own space. And I'm like, and you're getting in mine right now.
That's right. When you're in the pit, you have like,
you know what? Let's enjoy the music that we're here for. Okay.
right. And that, yeah, when you're in the pit there, your space is about 6 inches by 6 inches.
I thought it was really cool to be that close, because you
Yeah.
don't get to see the expressions on the artists' faces when you're far back. So that part was super cool. But I feel like I missed a lot of the concert because, one, I was so worried about everything happening around me. I mean, there were
Right.
so many fights in the pit. There were people smoking, and then the security, and that disrupted the show. And then if Morgan wasn't right in front of you, you didn't see the show. I mean, because the screen was, anyway.
Right.
It was crazy. It was a fun experience. I prefer
One and done. I like that. One and done. The last time I was at the show with a pit was Metallica.
Oh my God. Forget that. I mean, this was Morgan Wallen. So
I was young once, remember? Way back in the day.
Wow.
So that was you also went on a date night, right?
Oh yeah, I went on a date night with Pat. That was super fun. We hadn't been on a date night, just the two of us, in a while, and so we just decided, you know what? People have been talking about the new speakeasy that's opened up in Burlington, Washington, so let's go to it. It's the same people that own the very iconic Trainwreck restaurant in Burlington. And they also own another restaurant called Railroad. So they opened up this speakeasy saloon. So we went to that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you win $1,200?
I did not win $1,200, Kurt Cruz. We did almost go to a casino, but then we decided, you know what? Let's just go back home. His son David was on his way home from doing stuff. He came over. We hung out for a little bit of family time, and we were so tired. Then it was like
one and done on the weekend as well, right? Yeah. Okay, a couple of quick bits to pass along. No surprise here. Although I have to admit, and not really a confession, but man, I made some mistakes on Friday's show.
Oh, you did?
Well, one of them was that when we copy and pasted, which, I mean, that's all we do, just so you know, with these stories, is we copy and paste them, and then we read them to you, and we offer our 2 or 3 or 4 cents worth. Well, yeah, on Friday, copy and pasted Fantastic Four opening this weekend. Fantastic Four First Steps, rated R. And I was like, oh, okay, it's rated R. But clearly, usually the Marvel movies, not an R rating, right? And this one is not either. It's PG-13. So that was my mistake.
Thank you, Kurt, for correcting that mistake.
But that mistake did not keep people from going to the theater because it made a lot of money.
Like $100 million at the box office. It broke records for that. Breaks $100 million at the box office, and a Marvel curse, which I didn't realize that Marvel was not doing well in the last movies they opened up. They also had brought in, what does it say, another 100 million internationally. Like lots of dollars, lots of US dollars and lots of foreign dollars.
More than we'll ever see, but
it's the biggest opening weekend for a Marvel movie since last summer's Deadpool and Wolverine. And what do people like about the Fantastic Four? Maybe it's Pedro Pascal who stars in it as Mr. Fantastic, or maybe it's the no homework required movie, as the Marvel chief creative officer called it at a publicity event. He said it literally is not connected to anything we've made before, meaning you don't have to have seen any other movie to get the things in it.
I like that too, and I will ask people that. It's like yeah, this is the fourth John Wick, and I was like, do I need to have seen the other 3 John Wicks? Like, yeah, probably. So that's a good one for this movie. You don't have to do that. Now, George Lucas, not associated with Marvel, but associated with Star Wars and a few other things. He revealed yesterday he is opening a museum, the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art, opening in LA sometime next year.
It's pretty
so
cool.
If you're a Star Wars fan, actually, it looks like it's got stuff. It says it'll house everything from movie props to artwork by Frida Kahlo, Norman Rockwell, plus comic art from Charles M. Schultz of Peanuts fame, and comic book creator Jack Kirby. I guess I thought it'd be all Star Wars stuff.
Well, Lucas has been creating, or excuse me, collecting all kinds of things for the last 50 years. And he's like, you know what? Let's put it in a museum. Share it with the world. I love it.
All right. What's this third thing here from the weekend?
This is big. If I was at this show, I would have freaked the you-know-what out. Beyonce, on her last, she was celebrating her final Cowboy Carter show in Vegas on Saturday night.
Right.
And had a little impromptu Destiny's Child reunion.
Oh.
Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams joined her on stage for a medley of their hits that included Lose My Breath and Bootylicious. Jay-Z and Shabuzi also made guest appearances. Seriously?
Huge. And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Ozzy Osbourne, you probably have heard, he passed away last week. And it turns out that death is good for your career sometimes.
Oh my gosh, which is terrible to say, but I can't believe how many millions of people he gained after passing away. Over 6 million monthly listeners on Spotify. He jumped from 12.4 million to 18.7 million, and that's just as him as
Ozzy.
Yeah.
And the Black Sabbath has gone from 19.8 million to 24.6 million monthly listeners. So that's another 5 million up right there. And perhaps, one of Black Sabbath's biggest hits, Paranoid, has been streamed 9.3 million times since Tuesday. And Crazy Train from Ozzy, 8 million streams. I mean, I know it sounds like a mean joke, but death is good for your career sometimes.
This is what also blew my mind. So his greatest hit package that they called Essential Ozzy Osbourne made it back into the top 10 of the Billboard 200. It jumped from sitting at 134 on the list to number 7.
Mm-hmm. Good collection, by the way. If you want to get into Ozzy and get a good sampling, that's a good collection. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying. All right, here we go. Now, I felt like it would be in poor taste to use a music bump into this story, like using, like, I don't know, Crazy by Aerosmith would be bad.
Kurt, thank you for not.
Listen, I feel since my mom died from dementia, I can have a sense of humor about it.
Or Unforgettable.
Okay, here's a serious story. Well, relatively, if you want to do these common habits, there are some common habits that can increase your risk of dementia. I see. So
they kind of put a different spin on this. It's the 8 common habits that could increase your risk of dementia. And here's the thing, Kurt and I were talking about this before the show, that it's kind of like what they were saying about cancer when we were growing up. You know, you probably, or even now, you probably, either you or someone you know has been affected by cancer. I think it's the same with dementia now, especially if we're getting in the age range that we're getting in, right?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. And it runs in my family, so we'll see. I mean, fingers crossed that obviously we'll come up with and they don't have a cure yet, but I do believe that there are some things that can slow the process down. Anyway, here's what you could do. Don't do these things.
Well, these are things that you're probably doing that you shouldn't do anymore if you want to decrease your risk of dementia.
Starting with ignoring the impact food has on your brain health. Pay attention to that. The brain healthy foods, the superfoods, right?
Yeah, they were talking about in the article I was reading about this, they were talking about how like the Mediterranean diet and the
Mhm.
mind diet are like
Lots of fish and
a lot of people in the
Mhm.
health industry would say, you know what, these are pretty good. It's not like you're restricting your food, you're just it's eating a different way.
Also common habits that could increase your risk of dementia, not managing other health issues like high blood pressure, diabetes, and more. Not getting enough restorative sleep, which I guess that just means not getting enough sleep, period, right?
Well, I mean, it's beyond not getting enough sleep. It's making sure you're getting good sleep. Like if you've got sleep apnea, if your partner's saying, you know what, you're snoring a lot, or
Mm-hmm.
it's worth getting looked at because the restorative sleep is making sure you're getting into that deep, like going through all the sleep cycles.
And that's the thing. Like I did a sleep study once, and it says, well, yeah, you're actually physically have your eyes closed and technically are sleeping for say 8 hours, but of that 8 hours, you're getting the benefits of about an hour and a half of sleep.
You
So yeah, that was a long time ago. I had to get a CPAP machine and everything. So
Wow.
yeah, I mean, so you're fooling yourself. You don't. How would you know that? How would you know? I mean, I went to bed, whatever, say at 10 o'clock. I woke up at 6. There's your 8 hours. It's like, nope,
I
it's not translating.
Yeah, I think that there's some signs that you can look that up, right? There's signs that even though you might be getting enough hours of sleep, if you're not feeling rested when you wake up, there's some other things too that are some signs. Not making time for family and friends, huge, right? Instead
Socializing.
of
Yep.
focusing on just all on work or not socializing at all, this is like a pillar of health, socialization, making sure you stay social in
You
your
could
life.
you could increase your risk of dementia by drinking too much alcohol, and skipping out on exercise, not wearing a helmet. This is when you're doing things that which you don't have to wear a helmet 24/7. But when you're doing things where you could conk your head seriously, I think, yeah, put on a helmet.
Because there have been a lot of studies, observational studies linking head injury to dementia. That's why they say that. If you're riding a bike, if you're going on a scooter, if you're playing football, wear a helmet. And finally, ignoring depressive symptoms. Get help if you need it. It's okay. It's not.
It,
No one's gonna think any less of you.
absolutely. Two people here that are big fans of therapy. Is that
Yes,
true,
that's
Jen?
true.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yep.
No stigmas.
I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker.
I like that song.
Why inside jokes are so important? I didn't know that they were so important. I
Tell me
always
all
like a good
about
inside
this.
joke.
I did not read this.
How many inside jokes do you have with your best friend or your partner? Lots. Lots, right?
You have lots
Uh,
with Dana. Would you say that?
oh gosh, yes. We could have entire conversations in inside jokes and nobody would know what we were talking about. Psychologists say inside jokes actually promote our brain's belonging response, our brain's way of saying you're safe here. So the more inside jokes, the merrier is what they're saying. Some other reasons why inside jokes are good for you. They strengthen group identity. So it's shared laughter bonds people. I wonder about this because, when we were doing the morning show together, we had basically 4 hours a morning. We're just, obviously we're doing our job. We're also whiling away some of the minutes in between with, I think, some pretty good jokes. Although you didn't like my jumping out from behind darkened corners and startling you.
Yeah.
It's not really an inside joke. Also, inside jokes create psychological safety. We don't crack jokes with people we don't trust. So that's another sign that you trust the person.
Oh, they help us cope, especially in high stress jobs.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's good. They make, this is a good one. They make your relationship feel exclusive in a good way. It's fun to be like in on it, like on the inside, so to speak. Even if the punchline makes no sense to anybody else, like we were saying, inside jokes are kind of mini clubs of shared history.
That's true.
We have history together, and here's my inside joke for that.
At,
I guess that's a good thing. That's all good stuff, right?
yeah, at the end of the day, these silly phrases and memories are proof that we've been part of something, like we belong. So keep on making those weird inside jokes with your besties. I would say too, though, don't you feel like you need to be careful? Like if there's other people around, you don't want to make them feel excluded. So bring them in on the inside joke and make them part of, just because you've had this history with this person or group of people doesn't mean you can't bring people into the fold and get them in on your inside jokes.
And often the explanation of the inside joke or why it became is fun, a fun story in itself.
Yeah.
I would have to say, yeah.
I hope we don't get dinged for that one, Kurt.
Did we get dinged for that the other time? That is supposedly a cover of that song.
I feel like maybe we did.
Ah, shoot. Well, here's the deal. And since you always say you love a good marketing moment, have you read the story yet?
I did see this about Astronomer, that the company whose CEO and HR person got caught on the Coldplay kiss cam, that whole
Yes.
scandal.
Everybody's heard that story by now. Yeah.
Yeah, how do you turn that around as a company? Because it's like, okay, we still have a company that needs to be profitable and not just be known as the Coldplay kiss cam couple.
Yeah. A month ago, nobody or very few people knew who we even were. And now a lot of people know who we are for the wrong reason. So Astronomer, that is the name of the company, decided to take this negative maybe and make it into a positive. They hired Gwyneth Paltrow to be their very temporary spokesperson. Of course, the deal, if you maybe know about this, it's not an inside joke. Chris Martin, the lead singer of Coldplay, was married to Gwyneth Paltrow for about 13 years or so. So getting her specifically to be their temporary spokesperson, that was a pretty big, I love that.
It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just talked about, she did this video, right? She did, I didn't see the video. Did you watch the video?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then you talk about it.
Well, she's, it's a pretty simple video with Gwyneth there. She says some of the stuff like, Astronomer has gotten a lot of questions over the last few days, and they wanted me to answer the most common ones, she said. She's kind of smiling a little bit. We've been thrilled that so many people have a newfound interest in data workflow automation. We will now be returning to what we do best, delivering game-changing results for our customers. Online streams, by the way, of Coldplay songs have jumped 20% in the days after the video went viral. This is getting back to like the Ozzy story, although nobody here died.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, you talk about a happy accident if you're in Coldplay, and now the people at Astronomer, way to what do you say? Flip the script? Is that what you would call it?
Yeah. And you know what's so funny to me is I just love that the Coldplay kiss cam is now a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a thing with other entities.
Right. Well, we talked about the fact that there's a new word called cold played. If you get accidentally or even, well, I guess accidentally called out on something and you're like, oh.
But cold played.
Yeah, I like that very much. Okay, let's go. Computer problem.
Ooh, I'm sexy and I know it.
Oh, jeez. Wow. This is
Yeah, I'm sexy and I know it.
You're welcome.
Men need to lower their standards on dating apps. There has been a long theory on dating apps. 80% of women are pursuing the top 20% of men, but new research reveals that it's actually fellas who are aiming too high when swiping for love.
Now, this was studied internationally. It was actually on a Czechoslovakian dating app, a Czech dating app of 3,000 users.
Okay.
And here's what they found. Men tended to express interest in women who were more desirable than themselves. So the men were sort of trying to level up,
Overcheck themselves.
Yes. While women typically pursued men of more similar, quote unquote, desirability. So let's say that you feel that you're 7.
Okay.
Not you, a person feels that they're a 7. If it's women, they would be looking to date other people that they think are 7s. Meanwhile, if you're a man and you're a 4, that doesn't stop you from trying to date a 10, is what they're saying.
I mean, way to go on your confidence level, gentlemen.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, shoot for the stars, right? Why not?
So what's the bottom line in this is what?
The bottom line is, the research suggests, I guess, that they found with the research that successful matches tended to happen between people with similar levels of desirability. So they're saying to avoid feeling frustrated and rejected when using the dating apps, they suggest that men should be realistic about their own desirability and not attempt to date out of their league.
Do you think that, though, seriously, maybe some men think that they're way hotter than they really are?
I think that a lot of people in general think they're way hotter than they really are.
Okay.
And you know that because they're constantly posting things of themselves on the internet.
On the socials. All right. So date in your look
lane
appearance range, right?
Yeah.
Is that the rule here?
Although I guess you can't, you know what? But then you've got people like, and this is true, Charlize Theron, who has said before in interviews that, ask me out, anybody. She's She has said, you know, it's been so long since somebody's asked me out. People might think, oh, I can't, you know, but she's like, hey, go for it, man. So
Would
there's
you ask,
somebody.
you would ask Charlene out, wouldn't you? Or Charlize out, wouldn't you?
I would probably be speechless, just like, uh, I, I think you're pretty.
All right. Moving
Onward,
on.
right?
Describe marriage in 5 words or less was our question of the day on Friday.
I'm supposed to find songs that aren't going to get us flagged.
I know.
So Love and Marriage, a Frank Sinatra song by some metal band, I thought would suffice. All right. That was our question of the day. Describe marriage in 5 words or less. What did I go with? Oh, say goodbye to your money. That was a fun one.
I did a little YouTube short from our YouTube video that we do each morning, and it has over 1,000 views, Kurt.
Awesome. Well, that was, I think it was a fine question, and we got some fine answers. Michael, 5 words or less to describe marriage. Let's not be late tonight.
Terry said, best time of my life, which I love.
Yeah, nice one, Terry. Andrea, what should dinner be tonight? Yeah, you'll be asking that a lot.
Marilyn said, very challenging at times.
Okay.
Laurel said, until death do we part. And then her husband, Steve said, exciting adventure that never ends.
Oh, see, these people are all being super nice, which is good. Eric says, 5 words to describe marriage. Best decision we ever made. Nice. Anne says, give and take and sex.
Okay. Rita said, not ever, ever, ever again.
There you go. I'm going to say poor Rita might have had 1 or 2 in the past that didn't work out so well.
And then Eric said, too good to quit. That's
nice.
One. Alicia said, worth waiting for.
And I thought she was putting together what is it called, an anagram or whatever? No. You know, like NASA or scuba.
Yeah.
But she wasn't. She put compassion, understanding, love, communication, and friends.
That's nice. I put
the first letters of that. The first letters of that spell Kulk.
Spelled what? Oh,
Kulk.
Yeah, that didn't spell anything.
All right. And then Jen, our Jen, you?
Yeah, I put this. I just put the literal meaning: dedicated love declared on paper.
What do you mean you looked at the definition of marriage?
No, but marriage is, you're just declaring your love and getting a piece of paper for it.
That is true. That is true. That's it. And I guess I can't blame Rita and people who've had a bad first and or second experience from saying, nope, not doing that again. Yeah. But thanks for participating. We love that you checked in with those. And those are all good ones today.
I had a little turtle. His name was Tiny Tim. I put him in the bathtub to see if he could swim. He drank up all the water.
I have no words for that. I've never heard that song before.
Apparently it's a nursery rhyme called I Had a Little Turtle.
I want to look it up. I want to know how that ends. He drank up all the water and then what? He couldn't swim?
No, he's fine. Well, you have to, you know what? I'm not going to do any spoilers on the end of I Had a Little Turtle.
Okay. What's going on with that song? Why did you play it?
This was about a Florida woman, Florida woman traveling out of Miami International. She was getting on a plane there. She recently attempted to take a pair of turtles through the checkpoint at Miami International Airport. For some reason, I guess you can't take turtles on a plane, but she stuffed the turtles inside her bra.
Okay. All right.
You can travel with pets. You have to travel with them safely. But small pets, I guess, are allowed through the checkpoints, but must be removed from any carriers and carried through the checkpoint, right? You can't just send them through. But for this one, that's not the way to do it. And unfortunately, one of the turtles didn't make it.
Shut up, and died?
Well, I'm sorry. It's part of the story. Did I just ruin it for everybody?
What happened?
Squished to death. I don't know.
Were boobies squished a turtle?
I'll read you all that I know about this. Unfortunately, sadly, one of the turtles did not survive. The surviving turtle was turned over to the Florida Department of Fish and Wildlife, and the airport is thankful for the partnership of Florida Department of Fish and Wildlife. I'm sorry, I don't have any more information.
Okay. I mean, maybe the show's title now is Turtle Boobies.
I would be okay with that. All right, I guess we got to pick up the pace a bit, yeah?
Maybe. Okay.
Here's non-American things that if you travel outside of this country, non-American things that the world highly recommends to Americans, all right? The rest of the world is saying, listen, you need to do this, you guys.
Okay. I am anxious for this list. Here it is. Month-long vacations, or holidays as they're called. America is work obsessed and is one of the countries that offer the least paid vacation days.
Yeah, it's not great. You know what? It's to the point where if I hear somebody is taking more than a week's vacation, like we're going to Aruba for 12 days or 13 days, like, man, how did you manage that? 13 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's a long time. Some people take, how about they're saying another thing that they highly recommend to Americans. I guess in other countries, taxes are included in the price tag, not to mention service fees and tips. The price on the tag is what you pay.
That's nice. High-speed trains is another one.
Right.
Towel warmers in the bathroom. Amen. I just got a towel warmer this past year. I love it so much.
All right. I think I would love that as well. Along with they say heated floors instead of vented heats. I like heated floors.
Oh, and Kurt, you have number 6, newly.
Bidets. Although bidets have been getting traction in the U.S. recently, it's still, they're saying, hey, this is a great thing that you could have unless you feel like you're going to slip off the front of it like my wife.
I've never used one. I really need to just try one.
Okay. Well, we'll save some room for you in there. All right.
Well, if I don't slip off, it sounds like, okay, quality of life improvements like universal health care, maternity and child care leave, and affordable college. Well, that would be nice.
Other thing the world highly recommends to Americans, how about desserts that are not insanely sweet? Butter on sandwiches and poutine.
Butter on sandwiches, I'm putting a big fat no on.
Have you tried it?
Yes, Barfarama. Unless it's a grilled cheese and you're grilling the butter.
What about poutine? You like the poutine? Little gravy and cheese curds right there on the fries.
Chicken. Okay, then the next thing is chicken salt. It's uniquely Australian and everyone should try it. Oh, wait, you've been to Australia. Have you had that?
I don't remember. Maybe I just had salt and it was actually chicken salt.
Okay, split duvets. No more blanket stealing. You can regulate your temperature however you want.
Nice.
Okay,
and
finally,
apparently, go ahead.
Fresh squeezed juice machines in grocery stores. That would be nice. You buy the fruit and then you squeeze the fruit so you can have juice right on the spot. I like it.
Yeah, I'd be up for that.
All right.
Fresh squeeze the way to go, man. All right. Quick story here on Americans again and how they spend their day.
How much time do you spend online, do you think, a day?
Me?
Yeah.
It was probably more when we were working full time, but I would say, I'd say a good couple hours.
I mean, if you look at your phone, you can see your screen time just on this, not including your computer. And mine's at like just over 4 hours, I think. I can't remember. Maybe it's just under 4.
Well, here's the deal.
Put your computer time in there. It starts to add up.
According to a new poll, Americans spend nearly half of their entire day between work, jobs and tasks, entertainment, and social media online. 10 hours a day, they say.
10 hours.
5.5 of those hours are spent on work, reading email, paying bills, browsing, gaming, and looking at social media. So what's the other 5? Oh, the other 5 hours of this, 10 hours a day, watching movies, shows, and videos, and TV stream content.
I don't think I spent. I would be surprised if I was at over 10 hours a day. Do you think you're at that?
Oh gosh, no, I hope not. I don't usually pay attention to my screen time stuff.
I don't watch TV, or a lot of it at least, hardly at all. Huh. Okay, well, there you go. It's not great for you to have that much screen time. Get outside, be one with nature.
I like that. Be one with nature.
Wait.
Wrong song.
Wait, we have a question. Our question of the day.
Must be Monday, right?
Our question of the day is, what's the first thing your pet would say if they could talk? Now, we've asked a question about if you could communicate with your animal, what would you ask them? But what do you think they would say to you? What would be the first thing your pet would say to you if they could talk?
If you're a longtime listener, I think we actually did something like this on the radio show many moons ago.
Oh, sorry, Kurt.
But that's okay. People may not have heard that particular program, you know? They probably didn't.
What do you think that Teddy, your new puppies, would say? And Bella. Bella, I know Bella would tell you to F right off for getting those puppies.
She would. Why did you bring these things into my house? That would be, yeah, Prior to that, I think she'd be like, what's with only 10 treats a day? What is the deal with that?
Why are you being so stingy with the treats, Dad?
What about Snotty Sailor? What do you think that she would say if she could talk? First thing that she would say to you, ask.
Why don't you let me off this leash more?
Oh, well, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, you've earned it, sister. You've earned that leash.
First thing your pet would say if they could talk, let us know. We will have those responses for you when we're back on Wednesday.
That's right. We have new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We hope that you will continue to let us be part of your world. Anytime, wherever you want to listen to us, you can, because we're on your favorite podcasting platform. So, in the meantime, see you on Wednesday, but in the meantime, make good choices, find joy, spread kindness, and laugh. It's good for your soul. Have a good day.